The Out to Play event is starting around the world in Pokemon Go, and today we're running through all the tips and tricks and everything you need to know about this event. Let's get right into it. So this event is going to be short, September 27th at 10 a.m. to October 2nd at 8 p.m. all local time. Bonuses during the event, Kecleons will be appearing more frequently at Pokestops, and of course it can be shiny. You'll get 3 times XP for completing a route, and you'll earn buddy candy faster while exploring routes with your buddy. Great to get candies for those rare Pokemon that you don't see often in the wild. We'll also have Pokestop showcases for Growlithe and Hisuian Growlithe, which you can go ahead and enter your biggest Pokemon in there, and wild spawns for Psyduck, Growlithe, Onix, Eevee, Phoebus, Woobat, Pwami, and rare wild spawns for Arcanine. Also have some exclusive 2-kilometer eggs for Hisuian Growlithe, Chinchou, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Meditite, Larvesta, Fomantis, Wimpod, and Lechonk, and exclusive 7-kilometer eggs hatching Alolan Vulpix, Alolan Meowth, Galarian Meowth, Hisuian Growlithe, Galarian Ponyta, Galarian Slowpoke, Galarian Farfetch, Hisuian Voltorb, Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, Galarian Zigzagoon, Galarian Darmaka, and Galarian Stunfisk. Yes, you did notice that Hisuian Growlithe being the new shiny available during this event, but only available through eggs and another encounter method. There'll also be new exclusive avatar items that you can purchase in the in-game shop. It's pretty much just like a Hisuian Growlithe face mask. Now we also have some exclusive research going down during the event. Starting with the field research task, we're gonna have the task hatch 3 eggs for a Hisuian Growlithe, walk 1 kilometer for a Pwami, hatch an egg for a Hisuian Sneasel or a Hisuian Quillfish, and walk 5 kilometers for a Hisuian Growlithe. There'll also be an exclusive free timed research task that will have the task explore 5 kilometers, hatch 3 eggs, follow a route, walk 1,000 meters while traveling routes, use an incense while following a route, and catch 20 Pokemon while following routes. That'll get you 5,000 Stardust and incense, a Hisuian Growlithe encounter, and an incubator, as well as a $2 timed research you can go ahead and buy that will require you to walk a total of 5 kilometers, getting you a bunch of Hisuian Growlithe encounters, and some incubators. Is it worth it in terms of monetary things? Yes, but do you really want to spend all that money on just a couple incubators? It's going to be up to you. With the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips and tricks, starting with what are the best wild spawns during the event. First of all, starting off with Onix. Onix evolves up into Steelix, which we have seen Steelix is one of the best Ultra League Pokemon right now, ranked number 2 overall. Definitely worth getting yourself an XL Steelix. Also, Steelix does have a Mega Form in the game right now, which you can go ahead and get a good IV one in the wild during this event. We have Eevee in there, which can evolve all the way up into Umbreon specifically. Umbreon is one of the best Great League Pokemon and also sees some play in the Ultra League at level 50 as 100% IV. You could also evolve Eevee into Sylveon, which Sylveon is a decent Master League Premier Cup Fairy type Pokemon. If you want to know how to evolve Eevee into its evolutions, check out my video up here. Phoebus is in there, which evolves all the way up into Milotic. We haven't seen this Pokemon in the wild in a while. Milotic does see some play in the Master Premier Cup and can be a fun Pokemon to run there, so definitely worth yourself hunting some Phoebuses. That's about it though. The wild spawns are nothing to write home about during this event. But what we do have is a bunch of eggs during the event. So let me go through the 2 and the 7-kilometer eggs. What are the best hatches? In the 2-kilometer egg, starting with Chinchou, which evolves into Lantern. Lantern, one of the best Great League Pokemon right now. Cleffa is also in there, which evolves all the way up into Clefable. Clefable is not a bad Ultra League Pokemon right now. Meditite's in there, which evolves into Medicham. Medicham is going to be the best Great League Pokemon to have right now, and especially hatching those Meditites is going to be amazing to grind XL Candy if you didn't really play that Psychic Spectacular event. Larvesta's in there, which is just a super rare hatch, super cool Pokemon to hatch. And finally, Wimpod in there, which evolves all the way up into Golisopod, a good Ultra League Pokemon, especially with the recent X-Scissor buff. Now, I do want to note, if you are going after the 2-kilometer eggs and you end up hatching something like a Cleffa, make sure you actually double move that Pokemon before you evolve it, because double moving baby Pokemon is actually cheaper than when you double move their evolved form. Now, moving on to the 7-kilometer eggs, which ones to go after? Alolan Vulpix evolves into Alolan Ninetales, a good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. We also have Galarian Ponyta evolving into Galarian Rapidash, good in the Psychic Cup, and as well as Galarian Slowpoke evolving into Galarian Slowbro and Slowking, both of them being good in the Psychic Cup. Galarian Zigzagoon's in there, which evolves into Obstagoon, a good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. Galarian Darmaka is in there, evolves into Galarian Darmanitan, a good Ice-type raid attacker. And finally, Galarian Stunfisk, obviously very good in the Great League and in the Ultra League. So what I'm going to say is, if you do want to hatch that shiny Hisuian Growlithe, I would definitely try to focus on the 7-kilometer egg, because if you don't end up getting the shiny Hisuian Growlithe, there's still a lot of better things you could end up getting that are meta relevant. But obviously, you can only hatch so many 7-kilometer eggs a day, so once you run out, if you really want that Hisuian Growlithe, you can go after the 2-kilometer eggs. With the eggs out of the way, let's get into one of the bonuses during the event, which is going to be faster candy gaining while walking a route with your buddy. Now, obviously, you can avoid this tip if you have no routes near you, but if you are going to be grinding a lot of routes, it can be an effective strategy to put in the proper Pokemon as your buddy to grind a lot of candy for it during this event. We don't know how fast you're going to be getting candy with your buddy, but here are a couple Pokemon you can set as your buddy that are effective and worth grinding candies for. First, let's start off with Pokemon for PvP. Number 1, Lickitung. Although it's a pretty common spawn in this event, Lickitung is a very hard Pokemon to get XL candies for, so walking as your buddy to get XL candies for a Great Great League Lickitung is very effective. We also have Yamask in there, which evolves all the way into Cofagrigus or Runerigus. Finally, Wooloo or Double being one of the best Great League and Ultra League safe swap Pokemon, and it requires a lot of XL candies, and this Pokemon is not common, so definitely focus on getting them by walking during this event. However, the second thing you can do is to walk a one of rare mythical or legendary Pokemon. Something like a Zarude, a Zygarde, a Mew, Celebi are all effective Pokemon to walk. Reason being is that you only get one of these Pokemon, and the only way to get candies for them is rare candies or walking them as your buddy. So when we have a bonus like this, it can be good to take advantage of. I never recommend walking something like a Mewtwo or a Rayquaza just because those things are going to come back in raids and it's going to be a lot easier to get candies for them. So right now you should really be trying to focus on those one of mythicals and legendaries. Personally, I'll probably be walking a Zygarde because I really want to try to get a level 50 Zygarde. On the topic of candy, let's move on into our candy tips in Pokemon Go and how to grind a lot of candy for some of the spawns during this event. First of all, you can go ahead and use Pineapple Berries. Using regular Pineapple Berries will multiply your catch candy by 2 and Silvers by 2.34. So definitely use Pineapple Berries on those spawns like Onix to get more candy during this event. You can also Mega Evolve a Pokemon. If you don't know when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch that shares a type with that Mega, you'll get more candy, XL candy, and XP. The Mega type you should be Mega Evolving during this event is one of these two in my opinion. Number 1, Primal Kyogre. Primal Kyogre will boost candies for Waters, Bug, and Electric-type Pokemon, specifically getting you more candy for Psyduck, Phoebus, or Pawmi. However, more recommended, I would recommend Mega Evolving a Primal Groudon, or Primal Evolving. Reason being, Primal Groudon will get you more candies for Grass types, Fire types, and Ground types, meaning you'll get more candies for Onix, Growlithe, and Arcanine during this event. And mainly, Onix is that Pokemon you really want to get the XL candies for during this event because it's the only Pokemon really useful with XL candies, especially seeing that XL Steelix in the Ultra League being so dominant this season. So yeah, focus on getting a Ground type Mega, specifically the Groudon would be the best. Finally, you can go ahead and trade Pokemon. If you don't know when you trade away a Pokemon, if the distance between the two Pokemon being traded is over 100 kilometers, you will get a guaranteed XL candy. So saving things like the Onixes and even maybe the Phoebuses, because those things are not very common, finding a friend who recently went on a trip or visiting a friend in another city and then trading all the ones you caught can get you a lot of extra XL candies for these Pokemon. Trading away 100 Onixes, that's 100 Onix XL candies. You don't want to miss those games. Finally, let's talk about some Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medals to go from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go, and you want to get it on it now because if you wait too long, it's going to be really hard to get them in a day. First Platinum Medal, of course, is going to be all the type medals. For example, the Ruin Maniac Medal, catch 2,500 ground types. All these medals, we have different types of Pokemon in the wild, like the Growlithe, so you can work on your Kindler medal. The Woobat, we can work on your Psychic medal. Catch the Pokemon of the types that you're still missing. We also have an exclusive eggs during the event, the 2 and the 7Ks, so this will indirectly work on your breeder medal if you do plan on going after that Hisuian Growlithe through the eggs. But more importantly, if you go after the 7-kilometer eggs for Hisuian Growlithe, you can work on your pilot medal. Earn 10 million kilometers across the distance of all Pokemon traits. 7-kilometer eggs are gotten from gifts from your friends. So if you hold on to those Pokemon you hatch from the 7-kilometer eggs, their native origin is technically from where that gift was sent. These are technically considered distance Pokemon, which means you can trade them with locally caught Pokemon and stack up a lot of kilometers on your pilot medal. Finally, we have the Showcase Star Medal, win 100 Pokestop showcases. We have the showcases for Growlithe and Hisuian Growlithe, so definitely try to win those if you can to work on this medal because it's going to take a while to get this one done. I've only won 3. Couple tips for showcases as well. Try to go and drop into showcases outside the city because the ones in the city are very, very competitive. And if you go to the rural ones, there's just not as many people to compete with. And also try to drop in right at the end of the showcase. Why? Because people can switch out their Pokemon depending on how well they're doing or not. And if you wait until the last, 10 minutes of the showcase, there's a low chance that someone's checking their game to see if they're still in first place and you can snag that victory. With that being said, guys, that is my tips for the Out to Play event. A very, very chill event, but to be honest, I'm not even mad at the chill events this season. We've had an amazing Go Fest season and we have so many Halloween and October events to look forward to. So overall, I'm gonna be relaxing during this event, probably barely playing, but getting ready for what's to come. We'll see you in the next one. Follow for tips, guys. Peace.